Next we can discuss about the most important concept of this chapter, that is drift velocity. This is very important as far as your board exam is concerned. Okay. Now on the screen you can see two images. In the first case, can you see the movement of electrons, free electrons? This is the figure which represents the movement of electrons inside a metal atom. So this orange dot represents the metal atom and the blue color dots represents the free electrons. And I had told you in the previous slide that in metals, free electrons are responsible for the current conduction. Okay, in first figure, no electric field is applied. Okay, electric field is 0 here. So in the absence of electric field means what? Without battery. No battery is there. So the first figure represents the case without battery. Now, in the absence of battery or in the absence of the electric field, the electrons move in random motion. So whenever the electrons move in random motion, their average velocity will be 0. Okay, the velocity will be cancelled and average velocity is 0. But the second figure represents the case with battery. When battery is connected to the metal atom, what happens? See, this end will be, let it be negative, and this end let it be positive. So all the electrons will move in an ordered way. These electrons try to rush towards the positive end of the battery. It is accelerated towards the positive end. So all the electrons are moving in an ordered way in one direction, just like the marching soldiers, very disciplined manner. Okay, so while moving, what happens? Collision takes place, isn't it? Because these electrons are moving in between the metal atoms, so there is a chance these electrons can collide with the metal atoms. After each collision, these electrons gain an increase in velocity. Okay, and this sustains, that velocity sustains till the next collision. For example, this electron first collide with this atom. After that, it collides with this atom. So in between these two collisions, the electrons gain some velocity. And this velocity gained in between two successive collisions is known as drift velocity. So children, during each collision, these charges, that means electrons, lose its velocity that it had gained. Okay, and after collision, it will gain some velocity. That velocity sustains till next collision. And this velocity gained between two successive collisions is drift velocity. Drift velocity is denoted by V suffix D. And we can observe the drift velocity only when battery is connected to that metal atom. Okay, so the velocity gained by electrons under the influence of an electric field is drift velocity Vd. And one more thing is there. Time between two successive collisions. Between two successive collisions, some time is there, right? And that time between two successive collisions is known as relaxation time. Relaxation time. And the relaxation time is denoted by the letter tau. Okay, tau is the relaxation time. And what is relaxation time? The time between two successive collisions. That is relaxation time. So this is drift velocity, velocity gained by electrons between two successive collisions, and it is denoted by V suffix T. And what is relaxation time? It is the time between two successive collisions, and it is denoted by the symbol tau. Children, let's find out an expression for drift velocity. So for that, consider a conductor as shown in the figure. So we have considered a conductor. L is the length of the conductor. We have applied an electric field across the ends of the conductor, and under the influence of that electric field, electrons rush towards the positive end of the field, and let V be the potential difference across the ends of the conductor, because one end is at a negative potential and one end is at an positive potential. So there is a potential difference across the ends of the conductor, and the potential difference is denoted by capital V. Okay. So under the influence of this electric field, electron experiences a Coulomb force. Because electron is a charged particle, so whenever a charged particle enter in an electric field or is under the influence of electric field, it experiences a force. And what is the expression for that Coulomb force? It is F is equal to Q into E. You had already studied that expression in your first chapter. Here, so the Coulomb force F is equal to Q into E. Here Q means charge of the particle and electrons have a negative charge. So E minus E is the charge of electron into E. And if there is a force, there will be acceleration. So due to this force, there will be an acceleration, and that acceleration A will be equal to F by M. You know, F is equal to M, A. So A will be equal to F by M. Therefore, acceleration is equal to F is minus E into E divided by M. This M means what? It will be the mass of electron. So instead of EM, we can write M suffix E, which represents M mass of electron. Then the gain in velocity due to this acceleration is lost during collision with positive ions. So you may think this positive ions also experiences a force, but they won't move. They experience a force, but they won't move because they are heavy. During relaxation time tau, electron gains average velocity, and that average velocity gained by electrons is given by Vd. V is equal to, that average velocity can be found out using the expression V is equal to U plus AT. So here instead of V, we can write Vd, because electrons experiences a drift velocity. U, in initial velocity will be 0, because initially electrons don't possess much velocity. Drift velocity won't be there. Then it will be 0 plus acceleration is A, and we have already found out the expression for A. We need to substitute that expression. Then T. T is the relaxation time tau, because here we are considering the time between two successive collision, and that is the relaxation time tau. So this will be our drift velocity. Drift velocity Vd is equal to 0 plus A tau. That means A into tau equal to, what is A? A is minus E into E by ME. We had already got that expression, minus E into capital E by ME into tau. Okay, so this is the expression for drift velocity, minus E by ME into tau, where E is the electronic charge, capital E is the electric field, ME is the mass of electron, ME as a single term, M suffix E. ME is the mass of electron, and tau is the relaxation time. So this is the expression for drift velocity. Next, we want to find out drift velocity in terms of current I. So for that, again consider the same conductor of length L. Let A be the area of cross section of the conductor, and this conductor is connected to a battery. So under the influence of this battery or under the influence of this electric field, electrons move towards the positive plate. Electrons will experience a drift velocity, and you know that let N be the small n be the number density. That means the number of electrons per unit volume. Total number of electrons per unit volume of this conductor. And that can be written like this, capital N by volume. Volume can be written as area into length of the conductor. You are familiar with this expression for volume. A volume can be considered as area into distance, or it can be considered as area into length, like that. So let small n be the number density of electrons in this conductor, and small n is equal to capital N by V. That means number density is number of electrons per unit volume, So capital N is the number of electrons, V is the volume. So N by A into L, where A is the area and L is the length of the conductor. So therefore, total number of electrons in this conductor is capital N is equal to, what is capital N? From this expression we can find out an expression for capital N. Capital N is equal to N into A into L. Small n into A into L. Okay. So how many electrons are there in this conductor of length L? This much electrons are there. N, A, L. Right? Now what is the charge of one electron? You know, the charge of one electron is E. Then what will be the charge of this much electrons? You know, charge of one electron is E. Then what will be the charge of 5 electrons? 5E. What will be the charge of 6 electrons? 6E. What will be the charge of 100 electrons? It will be 100E. So what will be the charge of this much of electrons? NaL number of electrons. It will be NaL into E. Okay. So the total charge on all the electrons is Q is equal to NaL into E. So we got the total charge of all the electrons present in this conductor. We want to find out an expression for current. Okay. So for current we want I is equal to Q by T. We want Q, charge Q and time T. So we got the expression for charge. Now we need an expression for time T. Okay. So here we are considering the time taken by the charges to complete one round of the circuit, or time taken by the charges to travel through the whole length of the conductor once. And how will you find out that time? Time T is equal to distance by velocity. Distance by velocity. Here, what is the distance traveled by that electrons? It is the length of the conductor. And what is the length of the conductor? L. So it will be L by, and what is velocity? Which velocity? Drift velocity. L by Vd. Okay. And I hope you know this equation. Velocity is equal to distance by time. Therefore, time is equal to distance by velocity. So we got Q, we got T. Then what will be current? Current I is equal to Q by T. What is Q? NaLe divided by T. What is T? L by Vd. This L and this L will cancel, and this Vd goes to numerator. So we have I is equal to NaE, then this Vd. Okay, V suffix T. So here we have on the LHS we have current I, and on the RHS we have drift velocity Vd. So this is the expression relating drift velocity Vd and current I. I is equal to NaE into Vd. Children, try to do the derivations along with me. Always be ready with the pen and paper and take down the lecture notes. After that you can study the printed notes. Okay.